Nicky Cruz was born and raised in Puerto Rico. He was one of 19 children born in a family that was practicing witchcraft. And on top of that, he was dealing with physical, verbal, and emotional abuse. In fact, his father, as Nicky approached his teenage years, deported him and sent him to New York City to live with one of his cousins. There, he became part of one of the most violent street gangs in New York called the Mau Maus, and he became their warlord, their leader, and he was committing crime, hurting people, and abusing people. Until one day, a country preacher from the streets of Pennsylvania named David Wilkerson approached him and showed something that Nicky had never experienced before, the love of Jesus. Now, his initial response was threats, pushback, and trying to do everything to get David Wilkerson off of his back. He even threatened to kill him, threatened to cut him into pieces. But David Wilkerson continued to reach out, continued to love, and continued to connect with Nicky until eventually Nicky responded to the love of Jesus that David Wilkerson had shown him and became a Jesus follower. Now, he grew in his knowledge of Jesus and became a pastor, a preacher, an evangelist, and has been traveling all over the world for decades making disciples for Jesus. And it all started because David Wilkerson showed him something he had never seen before, the unconditional love of God. Even in the threats of violence, even in the threats of hostility, even in the threats of persecution, he showed him something that transformed Nicky's life. Now, you and I may not be dealing with and experiencing people that are going to threaten to kill us or hurt us. But there are people that are struggling. There are people that are hurting. There are people that will push back. But Jesus wants us to love our enemies and to bless those who persecute us. And there is no limit to what God can do when we sow the seeds of his transforming love into their heart. In the comments below, I want you to write somebody down that you know who is far from God, who is struggling, who is resistant, and what you're doing to show them the love of Jesus that will transform their life. And I'll look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks here at Live the Story.